an excerpt from a commencement speech given by a retired Navy SEAL. Admiral William McRaven spoke to the University of Texas graduates in 2014 and shared with them some of the lessons he learned while at basic training to become a Navy SEAL. Here are a few of those lessons. Every morning in the basic SEAL training, my instructors would show up in my barracks, and the first thing they would inspect was your bed. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. If you make your bed every morning, you will accomplish the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task and another and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never do the big things right. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. Every day, your boat crew forms up on the beach and is instructed to get through the surf zone and paddle several miles down the coast. That surf can go from anywhere from 8 to 10 feet high. It's difficult to paddle through that plunging surf unless everyone digs in. Every paddle must be synchronized to the stroke count. Everyone must exert equal effort, or the boat will turn against the wave and be tossed back on the beach. For the boat to make it to its destination, everyone must paddle. You can't change the world alone. You will need some help. And to truly get from your starting point to your destination takes friends, colleagues, the goodwill of strangers, and a good strong coxswain to guide them. If you want to change the world, find someone to help you paddle. I was in a boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys. No one was over 5'5". The boat crew had an American Indian, an African American, one Polish American, a Greek American, an Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all of the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always poke fun at the little tiny flippers these guys had to put on their tiny little feet prior to each swim. But somehow the little guys from every corner of the nation and the world always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed. Not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, and not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. Every day during training, you were challenged with long runs, long swims, obstacle courses, you name it. Every event had standards, and if you didn't make those standards, your name was put on a list. That list was called the circus, and nobody wanted a circus. A circus meant that for that day, you didn't measure up. A circus meant fatigue, and more fatigue meant that the following day would be even more difficult. But at some point, everyone made the circus list. And an interesting thing happened to those who were constantly on that list. They got stronger. The pain of the circus has built inner strength and built physical resiliency. Life is filled with circuses. You will fail. You will likely fail often. It will be painful and it will be discouraging. At times, it will test you to your very core. But if you want to change the world, don't be afraid of the circuses. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the mud flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold. The mud consumed each man until there was nothing visible but our heads. The chattering teeth and shivering moans of the trainees were so loud it was hard to hear anything. And then, one voice began to echo through the night, one voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. We knew that if one man could rise above the misery, then others could follow as well. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, Washington, Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a little young girl named Malala from Pakistan. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. Finally, in SEAL training, there is a bell. It is a brass bell that hangs in the center of the compound for all of the students to see. All you have to do to quit is ring the bell. You ring the bell and you no longer have to wake up at 5 o'clock. Ring the bell and you no longer have to do the freezing cold swims. Ring the bell and you no longer have to do the runs, the obstacle courses, the PT. Simply ring the bell and you're finished with training. That's it. But if you want to change the world, don't ever, ever ring the bell. Stay safe, Bulldogs.